Antwerp is not Belgium's capital, and it is not always the first city people think of when they imagine Europe's great urban centers. But beneath that quieter reputation is one of the continent's most important commercial cities. Antwerp is a city and municipality in Belgium's Flemish region, the capital of Antwerp province, and the most populous municipality in the country. Its metropolitan area reaches more than 1.2 million people, making it Belgium's second-largest urban region after Brussels. Yet Antwerp's importance is not only about population. It comes from a rare combination of geography, trade, finance, industry, and cultural diversity. For centuries, Antwerp has functioned as a gateway between inland Europe and the wider world. Its story is the story of how a city can become powerful without being a national capital, by controlling connections, attracting merchants, and turning movement into wealth. The foundation of Antwerp's rise is the River Scheldt. The Scheldt flows through the city and links it to the North Sea through the River Scheldt estuary. That waterway turned Antwerp into a natural point of exchange. Ships could move goods toward the sea, while inland routes connected the city to markets deeper inside Europe. Antwerp also sits about 40 kilometers north of Brussels and close to the Dutch border, placing it near political centers, international boundaries, and major economic corridors. This location gave the city a strategic advantage. It was close enough to serve surrounding regions, but open enough to trade globally. In European history, rivers often created cities, but only some cities used their rivers to become international gateways. Antwerp did exactly that, transforming geography into lasting influence. Today, the port of Antwerp is one of the largest ports in the world. In Europe, it ranks behind Rotterdam, and globally it sits among the top tier of major ports. This matters because a port of that scale is not just a place where ships arrive. It is a giant economic system. Containers, chemicals, machinery, raw materials, and consumer goods move through networks of docks, warehouses, cranes, roads, railways, customs offices, and logistics companies. Every shipment supports layers of jobs and services. For Belgium, Antwerp gives the country a global economic reach far beyond its physical size. For Europe, it is one of the key nodes where international trade enters and leaves the continent. Antwerp's modern port keeps alive the same role the city has played for centuries, connecting local economies to global flows. Antwerp's commercial importance is not a modern accident. Long before today's container ships, the city was already a major economic center in the Low Countries, the historically rich and densely urbanized region around modern Belgium and the Netherlands. Merchants came to Antwerp because it offered access, buyers, sellers, and financial services in one place. One of the clearest symbols of this commercial sophistication was the Antwerp Stock Exchange. Originally built in 1531 and later rebuilt in the 19th century, it is regarded as the world's first purpose-built commodity exchange. That means Antwerp helped create one of the physical models for modern market activity. Trade was not just happening in scattered streets and informal deals. It was being organized, concentrated, and institutionalized. Antwerp was helping invent the infrastructure of capitalism. But the same wealth that made Antwerp powerful also made it vulnerable. In 1576, during the period of conflict around the Dutch revolt, the city suffered the Spanish Fury. Spanish soldiers violently sacked Antwerp, causing devastation and leaving a deep mark on the city's history. This was not just a local tragedy. It reflected the wider political and religious turmoil that reshaped the Low Countries and altered the balance of power in Northern Europe. Antwerp's experience shows how fragile commercial greatness can be. A city may have merchants, wealth, and international networks, but if order collapses, trust can disappear quickly. Trade depends on security, law, and confidence. The Spanish Fury damaged all three. Even so, Antwerp did not vanish from history. It adapted, survived, and continued to rebuild its role as a city of commerce. Antwerp's identity still carries traces of this layered past. Native residents are traditionally nicknamed Singerin, a word linked to the Spanish seigneur and the French seigneur, meaning lord. The nickname refers to the Spanish nobleman who ruled the city in the 17th century. This small detail reveals something important: Antwerp is not culturally simple. It is a Dutch-speaking Flemish city, but it has been shaped by Spanish rule, French language influence, Belgian statehood, international trade, and migration. Even the city has different names in different languages, Antwerpen in Dutch and Anvers in French. Antwerp's character comes from these overlapping layers. It belongs to Flanders, but its history has always extended beyond Flanders. It is local and international at the same time. One of Antwerp's most famous global identities is its role in the diamond trade. The city is known as a hub of the world's diamond market, and that reputation rests on more than luxury. Diamonds require specialized knowledge, grading, cutting, valuation, certification, financing, and trusted networks between buyers and sellers. Antwerp became important because these skills and relationships concentrated there over time. In markets like diamonds, trust is almost as valuable as the product itself. Traders need confidence that stones are authentic, prices are credible, and deals will be honored. Antwerp's diamond district became a place where expertise and reputation reinforced each other. This fits the city's broader pattern. Whether dealing in commodities, shipping, or diamonds, Antwerp has repeatedly become a marketplace for valuable things that depend on global connections. Antwerp is also one of Belgium's most diverse cities. Around 180 nationalities are represented there, and by 2019 more than half of the population had at least one parent who was not a Belgian citizen at birth. This diversity is not separate from Antwerp's economic history. Port cities often become cities of arrival. People come for work, business, refuge, family, study, and opportunity. Over generations, those movements reshape neighborhoods, languages, religious life, food, schools, and public culture. Antwerp's diversity is therefore a continuation of its older role as a gateway. Goods have passed through the city, but so have people, ideas, and traditions. The result is a modern urban society where local Flemish identity exists alongside a very international population. A notable part of Antwerp's social landscape is its Jewish community, including a significant Haredi population. Antwerp is one of the few European cities where such a community remains highly visible in the 21st century, often compared in this respect with London's Stamford Hill. This community adds another layer to the city's identity, especially because Jewish life in Antwerp has long been connected with trade, education, religious tradition, and, historically, parts of the diamond sector. But its significance is not only economic. It also shows how Antwerp contains forms of cultural continuity that have survived through modern pressures and historical disruption. In many European cities, older communities have faded or become less visible. In Antwerp, distinctive traditions remain part of the everyday urban fabric. Antwerp's global visibility has not only come through trade. In 1920, the city hosted the Summer Olympics. The timing was important. Europe had just emerged from the First World War, and the Olympic Games carried symbolic weight as an attempt to restore international contact after devastation. Hosting the event placed Antwerp on the world stage as a city capable of gathering athletes and visitors from many countries. It also showed civic confidence. Antwerp was presenting itself not only as a port and commercial center, but as an international urban host. The 1920 Olympics may not define the city as strongly as its port or diamond trade, but they reveal another aspect of its role. Antwerp has repeatedly served as a meeting place for the wider world. In modern global city rankings, Antwerp has been classified as a Gamma Plus global city. That label may sound abstract, but it means the city remains connected to international systems of business, logistics, and services. Antwerp is not a world capital on the scale of London, Paris, or New York. Its influence is more specialized. It matters because of what it does: moving goods, concentrating expertise, supporting global trade, and linking Belgium to the world economy. This is an important distinction. Some cities gain influence through government or culture. Antwerp's influence is functional. It is a working global city, built around networks that must operate every day. Its power is quieter, but extremely practical. So Antwerp is best understood as a city of connections. The Scheldt connected it to the sea. The port connected Belgium to global trade. The exchange connected merchants to organized markets. The diamond district connected expertise to high-value commerce. Migration connected the city to communities from around the world. Even its history of conflict and recovery shows how deeply Antwerp has been tied to larger European forces. It may not always receive the attention given to Europe's capitals, but Antwerp's importance is difficult to ignore once you understand its role. It is a city where geography became trade, trade became institutions, institutions attracted people, and people built a complex urban identity. Antwerp is not just a Belgian city on a river. It is one of Europe's enduring gateways. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.